Welcome. I'm glad that you've joined me today. Every experience begins with a thought, and our experience changes when we change the thought. In this series, we'll focus on the thoughts and emotions relating to special meridian points located along the sides of the spine and corresponding to the vertebrae. They are called Huatuojiaji points, and each point connects to specific areas of your body and nervous system. We'll be working on opening the Huatuojiaji points along the spine to increase qi flow and activation of the nervous system, so that your body has access to all the life force and the information that it needs to heal itself. I will help you to do this through Qigong healing and the use of forgiveness and affirmations. One of the highest killers in America is stress-related diseases, particularly cardiovascular diseases, which can lead to heart attacks and strokes. Many times people feel there is something wrong with their heart, yet test results often show that there are no problems. According to Chinese traditional medicine, the heart controls the physiological as well as the emotional and psychological functions of the body. So clearing and treating T5 can help with the emotional disturbances and processes often experienced as stress. T5, or thoracic 5, becomes blocked when we refuse to process our emotions, we dam up our feelings, and through unrecognized rage. It can inhibit the flow of the heart chakra and our ability to live life through honest love. By clearing the stagnant energy in each point and infusing it with life force energy, your body will have what it needs to correct and harmonize any dysfunction that has accumulated over the years. Life happens, and whether we choose it or not, it can have a great impact on how we live our lives or view our lives. Today, we will identify areas where energy is inflamed, stuck, stagnant, and refusing to flow because of old beliefs, controlling experiences, shame, humiliations, fears, stories, people, lifestyles, attitudes, and demands and expectations. We will focus on beliefs that your mind is ready to embrace or release, where it is ready for change, progress, and transformation. So embrace these thoughts, feel them deep within your body, your mind, and your soul, and allow them to penetrate deep into your heart, because you are absolutely worthy of every virtue. You are worthy of every life-giving belief. And as you hear these statements and let them into your heart, they will transform you gently, profoundly, and bring greater and higher good into your life. So take a deep breath, and we will start. Place your hand on your chest, touching the two fear points with your thumb and index finger. The spots may be tender. Hold your hand there. You may massage the points if they are tender. The important thing is supporting these points with the energy through the palm of your hand. You can also hold your hands in prayer position at your heart space, and this is particularly effective if you're holding rare earth magnets with the South Pole facing your right hand, or you can use a piece of quartz crystal, jade, or selenite. Today it's about heart, and so jade or even rose quartz would be appropriate to hold at this time. Now, close your eyes and imagine looking into a mirror, and looking into your eyes as they're reflected back to you. Talking directly into your soul in this moment, speak this maxim to yourself with the care and compassion that you would give the most apprehensive of beings. So repeat after me. Take kindness and benevolence as basis. Take frankness and friendliness to heart. Speak with reason. treat with courtesy, act with emotion, and accomplish results. So take a deep breath. And let's say this one more time. This time speaking into the thoracic 5 vertebrae, increasing the life force with honest kindness and respect for its importance and place and function. Take kindness and benevolence as basis. Take frankness and friendliness to heart. Speak with reason, treat with courtesy, act with emotion, and accomplish results. We will breathe after each statement, consciously creating new pathways of response and allowing the energy to freely and lovingly flow. So carefully listen to each statement and try to repeat it after me in your mind. Take a deep breath. I give myself permission to bring up and address the unconscious beliefs that have kept me stuck in patterns of response that bring harm to myself and others. And breathe. I give myself permission to forgive the people and institutions that have influenced my beliefs when they have encouraged distorted ideas, even when they believed that it was good. Breathe. I forgive those in my life experience so far who have intentionally or unintentionally caused me harm because of their own broken and distorted interpretations of life. And breathe. I forgive myself for my incorrect interpretation of the love and care offered to me by those who truly wanted to show love. Breathe. I ask others to forgive me when I have hurt or caused harm because of my mistaken interpretation of reality. Breathe. I forgive myself for any resistance I have toward embracing all that is good, lovely, and precious. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that miraculous transformation, healing, change, and opportunities only happen after long toiling effort, self-degradation, or that they don't happen for me. And breathe. I embrace all opportunities, gifts, and love that flow to me without hesitation or skepticism, but with thankfulness and gratitudes. Breathe. I give myself permission to surrender and allow for the highest and greatest good to come to me and transform me and remake me. And breathe. I forgive myself for distorting my alignment with myself, with the great Creator, and with great nature, because I do not know my true self. Breathe. I give myself permission to accept my true self and clear the blockages that keep me distorted in my physical health, my emotional health, my social health, and my spiritual health. Breathe. I give myself permission to take responsibility for whatever comes into my presence with gratitude and calmness. Breathe. I forgive myself for knowingly or unknowingly creating the emotional and physical patterns that block my flow and connection to myself, heaven, earth, or humanity. And breathe. I give myself permission to grow and evolve by giving up the stories of the past so that the universe can write new ones. And breathe. I love and accept myself now as I begin to understand and accept the corrections to any false programming and beliefs I might have received. Breathe. I love and accept myself as I align myself to think and feel in the way the universe thinks and feels, accepting the miracles that flow through me, around me, above me, and below me. Breathe. I love and accept that the universe is highly flexible, and I can be too, because when I am flexible, which is in harmony with the universe, I am open to the infinite possibilities, and then possibilities will appear. Breathe. I forgive myself for refusing to process the emotions I have felt over the years and even now in this moment. And breathe. I forgive myself for damming up my feelings or hiding them away. Breathe. I forgive myself for holding back the big emotions pulsating through me so that I don't show what I'm truly feeling. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that I am not allowed to be human and feel deeply. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that I have to hide my feelings in order to be loved. Breathe. I forgive myself for constantly complaining about life, myself, and others. And breathe. I forgive myself for finding fault with others in order to justify my own inability to accept responsibility for my life. And breathe. I forgive myself for allowing anger to thrive and fester within me, blocking my ability to feel joy. And breathe. I forgive myself for not trusting my inner voice. Breathe. I forgive myself for blocking the free flow of joy in my life, in myself, and in my interactions. Breathe. I forgive myself for squeezing all of the joy out of my heart, in favor of money or position or identity. Breathe. I forgive myself for long-standing emotional problems that I just stuffed away and ignored. And breathe. I forgive myself for my lack of joy. And breathe. I forgive myself for hardening my heart when I had no other recourse. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that life is only joyful after strain and stress and labor and struggle. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that the only way I can truly feel alive is to live in constant stress and strain. And breathe. I forgive myself for every time I react in anger until I burn up inside. And breathe. I forgive myself for believing that the only way to get what I want is to react in anger that is seething inside of me. And breathe. I forgive those in my life that should have shown me love and compassion as a child, but didn't. And breathe. I forgive those in my life that did not know how to show love to me. And breathe. I ask the people in my life to forgive me for expecting them to do something that they did not know how to do. And breathe. I ask others to forgive me for holding them accountable for my life and my emotions and my experiences. And breathe. I forgive myself for not taking responsibility and accountability for my happiness and my joy. And breathe. I forgive myself for not believing in endless possibilities. And breathe. I forgive myself for not believing in miracles. And breathe. I forgive myself for not allowing the impossible to be made possible because of my lack of understanding. Breathe. I forgive myself for believing that I have to be perfect before I can be good enough. And breathe. I forgive myself for being afraid that I will not be good enough to experience true joy. And breathe. I forgive myself for believing that there are always conditions to be met before I can accept love. And breathe. I forgive myself for feeling unloved and not expressing my needs clearly. And breathe. I forgive myself for criticizing others for not living up to my expectations. Breathe. I forgive myself for harboring resentment when others fail to live up to and meet my expectations. Breathe. I ask others to forgive me for holding them to expectations that they cannot meet or have not agreed to. And breathe. I give myself permission to call up and transform, transmute, release, and remove all rejection of wisdom, refusing to process my emotions and damming up my feelings, releasing rage, aligning my life, and denying my spiritual self for the highest and greatest good of myself and others. Breathe. I now give myself permission to unblock both sides of the Huatuojiaji points of T5, opening and activating the flow of qi and information through T5, communicating freely with all parts of my body, mind, and spirit, raising the quality of my thoughts. And breathe. I give myself permission to see the past, the present, and the future clearly and honestly. And breathe. I give myself permission to take responsibility for every aspect of creating the life that supports me and that I love. And breathe. I give myself permission to gain wisdom through joyfully accepting the experiences of life in all their diversity. And breathe. I give myself permission to release all that keeps me from seeing and hearing the truth. And breathe. Without refusing to process my emotions, damming up my feelings, and hanging on to rage, I am free to align my life with my spiritual self and the energies of the universe. When I am aligned with truth and love, I am free to let life flow through me. And breathe. I am free to willingly live. And breathe. I am free to be well. And breathe. I am free to know only love, peace, and joy continuously, even through difficult times and strong emotions. And breathe. I am free to choose to live through the open space in my heart. And breathe. I am free to look for love and find it everywhere. And breathe. I am free to trust my inner voice. And breathe. I am free to be strong, wise, and powerful. And breathe. I am free to believe that I am the joy of life, expressing and receiving. And breathe. I am free to allow my heart to beat to the rhythm of love and kindness for myself and for others. Breathe. I am free to bring joy back to the center of my heart. And breathe. I am free to express love and kindness to all. Breathe. I am free to lovingly allow joy to flow through my mind and body and experience. And breathe. I am free to be the cool, calm expression of peace and love. And breathe. I am free to choose to live in the ever joyous now. And breathe. I am free to experience my life as joyful. And breathe. I am free to feel safe and for me to experience joy in every area of my life. And breathe. I am free to circulate love and joy in every part of my world. And breathe. I am free to love my life exactly how it is right now. And breathe. I am free to choose love and approve of myself right now, regardless of my past. And breathe. I am free to see others with love right now, regardless of their past. And breathe. I am free to let go of all expectations, resentments, hatefulness, and anger, so that I may experience the life of my dreams, even in times of hardship and adversity. And breathe. I am free to have the power, strength, and knowledge to handle everything in my life, perfectly aligned and supported in all things. And breathe. With the power of my divine consciousness, I now create connection and harmony with all things in myself and in my world in a way that inspires kindness, friendliness, honesty, and goodwill, flowing genuine love and sincere compassion to all that is in my range of influence, and freely offering connection from the brightest place of my heart. And breathe. Now let's take a deep, long breath and release all that does not align with truth and love. Breathe in release. You are now creating new alignments, stronger and more powerful beliefs, letting go of stories of the past and creating new supportive and harmonious ones to manifest the peace, happiness, and calm that is divinely gifted to you at all times. So I leave you with this blessing. May you listen to your longing to be free. May you arise each day with a voice of blessing, whispering in your heart that something good is going to happen to you. May you find harmony between your soul and your life. May there be kindness in your gaze when you look within. And may you never place walls between the light and yourself. May you allow the wild beauty of the invisible world to gather you, mind you, and embrace you in belonging. So smile and embrace the universe as you go out and make a positive difference in your world. Thank you.